Thanks, Anne-Marie. So with rate cuts from the Bank of Canada earlier this year, things may be looking up for Canada's housing market as we head into the fall. Let's find out here this morning with everything you need to know as a buyer or a seller or as a real estate watcher. We've got real estate expert Reddy back. Good morning to you.
Good morning.
Happy fall. Here we are.
Oh my gosh, it has hit so quickly.
I know, it really has. But it's also an exciting time of year, especially in the real estate market, because typically this is a very busy time of year as we head into the sort of the fall season. What are you seeing across the country right now?
So I would say I feel like the first time in a long time I can say there's some renewed optimism, and I would say that is nationally, which is great. I mean, if we want to kind of bucket the country, I would say Ontario and Vancouver are quite similar. We're starting to see, you know, I would say some stabilization within pricing. We've obviously got two different markets with the condo market and the housing market within, but I would say we're seeing good sentiment coming back. Calgary, Saskatchewan, you're actually seeing some really increased activity. You're seeing some increase in pricing, increase in sales, just the combination of lifestyle, you know, the job opportunity, that's definitely drawing people in, and you're seeing that trickle also into Atlantic Canada.
So when we look at the housing market update, one of the big things we talk about a lot is affordability.
Yes.
And how the, you know, mortgage rates and the Bank of Canada rate plays into all of that. So what are you seeing there?
So again, I think we've had a lot of noise with rates, with Bank of Canada, with cuts. I think everybody's been almost has known off by heart, whether you're entering the market or not, when the next, you know, announcement is. It's all we're talking about.
True.
And I feel we're starting to see just some stability in how people are feeling about that. There's been a lot of people sitting on the sidelines struggling to know, is this my opportunity? To, you know, is the timing right? And I think people are just starting to feel like the signaling from the Bank of Canada is positive. It is, we are landing. It is okay. This might be a good time to actually get off the sidelines and enter the market.
Are you getting more calls at the office?
Definitely. I mean, there's been a good pickup, I would say. It was interesting, the July numbers when they came out, I think a lot of people kind of went, is it actually true? Are we actually turning a positive note on both sales and volume? And we are. And so I think that trending into the fall is allowing us to really come in with probably some better headlines.
Better headlines, that's right. Okay, so let's talk about pricing. When we look at the price of a house across the country, what are we seeing?
So again, Ontario and Vancouver, very similar in the sense that we're seeing stabilization.
When we say Ontario, are we talking Toronto specifically?
Yeah, you would definitely see more Toronto, but honestly, I would say a good chunk of GTA proper, you would see stabilization within pricing. When we look over to Calgary, you're actually seeing an increase in pricing. Montreal's starting to mimic that. I just think you're seeing more people gravitate to a place where there's lower pricing, great job opportunity, and still lifestyle, and the same patterns emerging in Atlantic Canada.
I was going to ask you about Atlantic Canada.
Yes.
That's what you're seeing as well?
Exactly.
Okay, the federal housing minister, Gregor Robertson, yesterday, I was reading this headline. He's like, the condo market in Toronto is in a free fall. What are you seeing?
So the condo market's tough. There's frankly no other way to put it. We've just got a huge surge of supply, and we don't have enough demand to meet that. And so it's a tricky conversation, and it is one of those situations where I really think until we start to see supply absorbed, the demand is really going to be skewed.
People need to start buying, I guess.
Yes.
So let's talk about if you are looking to buy a house, what tips do you have in the fall?
So I think the biggest thing is be pre-approved. I mean, we talked about rates, we talked about Bank of Canada. You want to know what you can afford and what's comfortable for you so that you have balance within your lifestyle. Understanding that in some cases inventory is higher. So if you are a buyer, you actually probably have the upper hand, which is not always typical in the market. But take your time and ensure you know exactly what you want before you are making that big purchase.
If you're looking to sell your home, what do you need to know?
So you definitely need to be on the mark with pricing. You need to know your market. You need to know what your house is truly worth. There's a lot of noise, you know, as we've just talked about. Finding kind of where the core of it is really important. So understand that market. Make sure you've prepared your house. It's really important in this market, especially to have your house properly presented. You've got one chance to shine, so don't miss that.
Good point. Yes, you got to launch really well. Reddy, always good to see you. Thanks for the update.
Too. Thank you.
If you like that video, make sure to subscribe to the Your Morning YouTube feed, where you can find all kinds of new content posted every weekday morning.